All right, let's jump right into this explainer. We are looking at a genuinely wild cosmic irony today. A reincarnated demon king who is, quite literally, forced to survive while stuck inside a baby's crib. It is a crazy tale of deception, deep-seated revenge, and, just a casual bit of holy poison. So, this brings us to the massive central paradox we're exploring. What actually happens when the most feared dark entity in history, a being overflowing with immense demonic power, wakes up and realizes he's suddenly trapped? And not just trapped anywhere, but as an adorable, babbling infant in a family that is literally sworn to eradicate him. And this perfectly captures the absolute madness of his daily life. Isaac has to juggle a totally bizarre dual reality just to stay alive. On one side, you've got the Skeleton King. Think ruthless, feared ruler of demons, absolute master of dark mana. But on the other side, little Isaac Joshua, innocent-looking infant, and supposedly miraculous saint candidate. It's a brutal internal struggle, honestly. He's harboring this centuries-old thirst for bloody revenge against the heavens, but his day-to-day survival completely depends on being the church's ultimate beacon of hope. Every single day, he has to choke back violent demonic urges just to play the part of a giggling, happy baby. It's basically the most extreme, high-stakes case of imposter syndrome ever. If his true self slips out even for a second, boom, instant annihilation.
Part 1. Betrayal of the Gods. So, let's take a quick look at the past. How exactly did this mighty demon lord end up trapped in a tiny, totally helpless human body in the first place?
Let's briefly walk through Isaac's timeline because his history is just incredibly bizarre. It all starts with him as a regular human worker who gets diagnosed with a terminal illness. He's given a measly 6 months to live. Desperate, right? So he prays to the heavens for a second chance. Well, he gets reincarnated as a skeleton. But he grinds his way to the absolute top, becomes the Demon King, and fulfills literally every single condition the gods set for him to earn his human life back. But then, and this is step 3, the gods totally betray him. They try to strip away his power and seal him up as an eternal slave. Seeing zero other options, he actually takes his own life to escape that seal. Which brings us to step 4, his rebirth as the infant Isaac. This whole backstory is absolutely crucial, because it explains the deep, burning grudge that fuels his all-consuming will for vengeance. But get this. Here is how he actually slipped through the cracks. His rebirth was the result of a divine typo. No, seriously, a literal spelling mistake by the heavens. They meant to seal the name pronounced Yishak, but wrote Isaac. Because of that one little clerical error, his soul was never sealed. You can imagine, he was absolutely delighted by the blunder. He's literally sitting in his crib, laughing at the gods' carelessness. Section 2, Holy Poison and Dark Mana. Okay, so the big question now is, how does he actually survive immediate assassination attempts while he's stuck in a crib and can't even walk? What's really fascinating here is the absolute whiplash between expectation and reality. Get this, a corrupt bishop sneaks a highly deadly substance called halibane right into baby Isaac's bottle. The expectation? Well, it's a lethal holy poison that literally destroys clerics. It definitely should have left the baby vomiting blood. But the reality? Since Isaac is secretly a demon king, this supposed deadly holy poison actually acts like a superfood. It nourishes his demonic mana. He treats this lethal murder weapon like it's a delicious energy drink. He enthusiastically chugs down 15 bottles of the stuff, while the adults just stand around staring in total, absolute horror. And all of that crazy energy leads to this insane phenomenon, the white mana core. Because his tiny new body is just completely overloaded with blessings and holy power from that poison, his magical core forms purely white. And inexplicably, it converts his dark demonic mana into radiant holy power. I mean, it is the ultimate disguise. His dark demonic power is flawlessly mimicking divine miracles. He's completely tricking the entire Holy Empire into believing he is their blessed savior. Moving to Section 3, Faking it as a savior. With this perfect, miraculous disguise locked in, he leans hard into his new role. But faking it as a savior means navigating an absolute minefield. Just look at the sheer scale of the political madness he's suddenly thrust into. We aren't talking about 1 or 2 rivals here. There are literally 148 rival saint candidates aggressively vying for power within the Holy Empire's factions. So Isaac has to outmaneuver over 100 ruthless kids, their incredibly ambitious families, and highly corrupt church officials, all while keeping up the act of a harmless little baby who just wants his bottle. And hey, if the politics weren't bad enough, let's talk about his new family, the Joshua family. They are this devout lineage of saints whose entire legacy, their one sole reason for existing, is to destroy the Skeleton King. Yeah, you heard that right. His overprotective new family's ultimate goal is to hunt down his past self. The internal struggle he deals with here is just wild. Isaac has to rely on their protection and use their resources to survive, all while knowing full well these people are religious fanatics entirely dedicated to his total annihilation.
Seriously, you have to wonder how he keeps his sanity among people this obsessed with destroying him. Imagine the dark, twisted humor of this daily routine. His fiercely loyal family knights come up to him and gleefully gift him a decorative toy, and it's a literal figurine of the Skeleton King being brutally beheaded. They even proudly brag that they own versions of his past self being burned and crushed. They genuinely think it's an adorable toy for a rising saint candidate. Meanwhile, Isaac just has to sit there staring at a miniature version of his own decapitation, forcing a little baby smile just to maintain his holy facade.
But somehow he survives, especially when he gets thrown into these insanely deadly saint relic trials. Now, Isaac doesn't navigate these holy trials with graceful, divine patience. Oh no, he uses pure, ruthless, demonic logic. Step 1, he completely ignores the rules and just violently smashes the trial gatekeepers. Step 2, he happily exploits his arrogant rival candidates, letting them march ahead to trigger all the hidden explosive traps and clear the minefields for him. And Step 3, he casually sweeps in to steal the holy relics for himself. 3 seconds. That is literally all it takes. During one specific trial that tests equanimity, where candidates are supposed to wait patiently for a full 3 minutes without attacking, it only takes 3 seconds for baby Isaac to completely lose his patience. He unleashes a massive blast of magic and absolutely obliterates the so-called godlike trial gatekeeper. He fails the patience test spectacularly, but then he just smashes the punishment monster that spawns anyway, basically proving that might makes right, even in a sacred holy trial. Section 4, the ultimate revenge plan. Let's tie his current status as this rising holy star back to his overarching master plan of godly revenge. The contrast defining his entire existence right now is incredibly sharp. To the public, he is this miraculous holy child, the genius baby who magically revived the Joshua family's dead sacred tree and defeated high demons. But the hidden truth? Actually, he only revived that tree by selfishly absorbing the dark mana that was poisoning its roots, simply because he was hungry for more power. He is secretly a vengeful demon king, actively draining his own household's mana course to build up his strength. The church looks at him and sees their absolute greatest savior, entirely unaware that he is plotting to tear them all down from the inside out. His long con is just brilliantly devious. His plan is to seamlessly rise all the way to the top as the ultimate saint candidate. And while he's doing that, he'll be secretly draining the immense mana cores of the Joshua household. His midterm goal? To reclaim his original Skeleton King body, which, in a huge stroke of irony, is currently stored right inside the church's own relic vault. And finally, the end game. He's going to use the church's absolute ultimate weapon, himself, as the perfect knife to stab the heavens in the back and completely annihilate the gods.
It's just an unbelievable story of deception. So I want to leave you with this provocative thought. Can a demon actually manage to destroy the gods by becoming their greatest saint? It's a philosophical and tactical irony that makes Isaac's dual existence so incredibly captivating to follow. Well, that